ZZ109FM Talk Radio. This is Elsie Jenkins. It is a beautiful year of 2026. We're here, we're alive, we're well. Many things are going on the planet, but you're here, you're present. That's all that matters. If you're here, you know what to do. If you're here, you understand that there's things you have to abide by to be here. Some people didn't get it in the beginning of 2026. They're not here. But you are, because you understand what to do. So keep doing what you're doing. Lord have mercy. I'm doing it, you're doing it. We got a really hot show today. We got a hot topic. Hot information. Lord have mercy. But someone needs to put it out there and address this situation. Now, I'm going to just tell you my opinion. You ain't got to listen to believe nothing I say, but I'm just going to tell you my damn opinion. For something to be popular, there have to be people out there to want it. I'm going to repeat this again. For something to be popular, there has to be people out there to want it. This is a common sense approach show. So let me put it to you this way. Somebody got this thing called a hula hoop, put it around their waist, and start spinning around with the damn hula hoop, and the entire nation went out and bought hula hoops. It was a craze, but nonetheless, there was a population of people that wanted it. If it wasn't there, that population of people, then that plastic little tube that made all that money would have just been a flop. No one was interested, nobody wanted it. And if it was popular one day, and you wake up the next and no longer people are buying the hula hoops, that's how things evolve. They come about. They either stick around for years and years and years like cell phones, or they fizzle out. It's that damn simple what we're talking about here. It's that damn simple. So when I say, in my opinion, I'm a firm believer that there's a population of people, okay? There's a population of people that are highly, highly needing child pornography. There's a high population of people. Because if there wasn't, then child pornography would not be as prevalent as it is today. Now, we would think it would be at the level of just the citizens, but it's not. It's at the level of our highest leaders in the country. And to tell you, for example, how I know this is because if you go over to Europe right now, you'll see a lot of people are being pulled out of their positions because of the Epstein Files. When they released these files, a lot of these high priority European leaders were actually thrown under the bus. And if you do your homework on this situation over there, they're a little upset about the leaders over here because their names ain't coming out. And they was next to the levels of these people in Europe that are losing their positions. High positions in the leadership of these countries. They're a little upset over there because these Americans are getting away with it for now. Their names aren't being released, but if their names were released, there'd be a whole lot of people in high positions in this country that wouldn't have a job right now. So the bottom line is, there is a population all over the planet of people that need this child pornography. Lord have mercy. They want it like a hula hoop. They want it like a hula hoop. And this child pornography thing isn't nothing new. You can go back into the history books and do your damn homework on it. Now, this show today is to compare some things. Because we got to get a grip on these problems. That's what the whole situation is boiling down to. So first and foremost, on the American side, all these names of all these people that are being hidden because they are very high level people have to be released. There's no ands, ifs, and buts about it. Don't care about your careers. They need to be released. You release the European names, release the American names. Go on, release. Then we got to get serious. Once their names are released, we got to get serious on the consequences for anyone that even thinks about it and does something in regards to it. Those two things have to happen. Because you can think about all the things you want to think about. Think about it. Have it in your mindset all you want to. There's nothing we can do about that. But once you act upon something, that's where we have to lay down the hammer. And I'm going to give you a good example exactly why I'm saying this. Don't make no damn sense in America that we are dealing with these kind of things on a educational level. On an educational level. And it's not just the teachers that are out here involved in this. It's the students. You heard what I damn said. It's the damn students. Now, we're going to go into something that I had no knowledge of. But these young people out here, old people, and in-between people, they all have knowledge in what I'm about to tell you. It's called deep fake porn. Deep, like the water, fake, like Bob's education, and porn. Like what the hell you know what porn is. Now, you know, technology is advancing too fast for people on the planet. People are taking this technology and doing amazing things for the good and for the bad. That's the problem with this technology. And not just adults have access to it, but young adults as well. School age, middle school age, high school age, young adults have access as well. And that's where this deep fake porn comes in. Lord have mercy. It's just me in the studio today because everybody is taking a break. But I'll tell you what, they gave me the hardest show to do. Now, this is a Christian school, I found out. Is it a Christian school? I believe it's a Christian school. Maybe, maybe not. Doesn't matter. It's a damn school. It's a high-end school. I know that much. Means that the parents make a little bit more money than the low-end schools on the other side of town. And you know what the hells I'm talking about. So, some teens, a group of them, don't know how many of them, but there's some teens who made this deep fake porn of classmates. Up to 60 classmates were sentenced. Now, let me tell you what deep fake porn is before we go any further. All it is taking your image and cropping it on a pornography image or on the image of another person's body and saying, oh, this is you. Look at you. Oh, this is you. Look at you. That's all it is. Now, in your mindset on the other side of the spectrum, you're like, that is not me. I was never there, and that never happened. Well, it doesn't seem like much, but I'm going to tell you by the end of this show, you realize that parents that have to deal with this and their child that is being accused of this, some of them have to take medication for PTSD. Yes. So this is almost as bad as actually it happening in the mindsets of these people that it's happening to. You got to imagine, you know, you going to the dark web and seeing your face on there in a pornography video, and it's not you. Well, is it a big deal or isn't it a big deal? Well, you know what? If they got me out there on the spectrum of doing these kind of things and it gets back to my boss, how am I going to explain that to him? When I tell him it didn't happen, I don't know who the hell created that. They're just going to look at you. They're not going to believe nothing you say. It looks like your face. Looks like it's you right there. Now you got to backtrack and try to figure out what the hell has happened. And that's the case here. These teens made up all this pornography. Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So this is a small community, an elite private school. Okay, it wasn't a Christian school. It was a private school. This happened in this century, in the 2020s, in a time where AI is prevalent. So this is recent, because you know AI has really jumped the tracks in the last year and a half or two. 2 male students created 347 explicit deep-fake photos and videos of 60 girls or more, the ones that they were able to retrieve. You don't know. But if you look at this, we're talking about girls under age. And if they're under age, it is pornography. Child in front of that word, pornography. There is no ands, ifs, and buts about it. And you have to treat this with more seriousness than if you're dealing with adults, because these are the seeds of pornography, of child pornography. These are the seeds of child pornography right here. Don't sit here and tell me that you didn't know what you're doing was wrong. Don't sit here and tell me that not only did you know it was wrong, but you was actually getting excited about the content you was creating. And don't sit here and tell me that you weren't aware that if you got caught, there may have been consequences. All three things right there, I don't care how old you are, As far as I'm concerned, you need to be tried as an adult. And you'll know why in a minute. But this content that they're creating is worth millions of dollars because you got so many people out there that are in the dark web looking for new content. And they don't care if it's Mickey Mouse's face meshed on Janet Jackson's body. They're going to watch it because it excites them. It's something new. And that's the whole problem with this. Now, these two students, let me tell you something. These two students, and I don't care how good of students they were. I don't care how well their grade point averages were. I don't care about they come from excellent, good families. They only received 60 hours of community service. 60 hours on felony counts of sexual abuse of children, manufacturing child sexual abuse material, and criminal conspiracy to commit that offense. 60 hours. 60 damn hours. Now, I'm not going to say I'm sure that they weren't black folks involved, but Lord have mercy. When's the last time you seen some black folks get 60 damn hours of community service? Somebody send me an email. I ain't never heard of it. We always get the damn book thrown at us, and I don't care if you're a damn minor. Always get the book thrown at us. Lord have mercy. That's it. 60 hours. Now, these 347 sexual deepfake images and videos of girls, students of the same school they went to, people that they knew, that call themselves friends, all of them were under 18 years old. This is a child pornography case that need to have been tried as adults. These young men, after this case, should receive the sentence that this next person I'm going to tell you is going to receive. This next person I'm going to tell you is a teacher. A teacher. And let me tell you something. Teachers have the trust of the parents to take care of their children while they're in their care. Not to do anything else outside of that. Nothing else. Just take care of my child, teach my child, help my child learn. Well, this 6th grade teacher, a man, is accused of using AI to create disturbing images of his own damn students. Of his own students. It doesn't make any sense. But this problem is way bigger, way deeper than we can imagine. Now, of course, he's a former 6th grade teacher. There's no way they were going to let him stay in that school once this information came out. But he was in a Christian school in North Carolina. A Christian school. You know, a lot of bad things happen in Christian schools. People don't want to admit it, but a lot of things do. And this is one of those situations that we know about. He's accused of using AI and photo editing software, just like the two young men before, to create revolting kiddie porn that involved manipulating images of his own students. Yes, the same act that these young men before him, we talked about, were doing. This teacher's doing the same damn thing. Richard Lynn Upright. That's right, Richard. We put your name out there, Mr. Upright. Because you upright in a jail cell right now. 56 was arrested and charged with 10 counts of second-degree sexual exploitation of a minor. He has been reportedly fired from his position from the Christian school. Blah, blah, blah. We don't want to hear about it. You had no business doing something like that. You had no business using those students in your classroom. You were supposed to be there to teach and help them learn math, science, music, whatever. Then take your ass home. And if you got any fantasies and fetishes, do that shit at your house. Around your peoples, around your family. Don't use the students in your school. Disgusting, and the first time I've ever heard of it. It may have been going on, but it's the first time I ever heard of it. If convicted on all counts, Mr. Upright, who's standing upright or sitting upright in his jail cell right now, he's in a detention center on $750,000 bond. Did you hear that? And could potentially get 113 years behind bars. Now, this is what those two young men in the high school should be receiving. I don't want to hear no crap about their minors. No. You slide them over to the adult courtroom and you put them in a jail cell. You give them $750,000 bond and you give them a potential 113 years behind bars. And you let them sit there and ferment with that knowledge, just like Mr. Upright is sitting there and fermenting with that knowledge. See, that's the process of committing crimes. You got to sit there and ferment with the knowledge that you're going to be in prison for 113 years. That's the process. These young men aren't getting that. 60 hours of community service. You choke on a damn roasty, toasty squirrel sandwich, because I'm telling you now, these ain't no black kids we're dealing with. Show me their faces. Show me their faces. And if they ain't black, we always get the bad end of the stick when it comes to something that we do. Doesn't make any damn sense. Moving on. Moving the hell on. So, as we look at the next level of this conversation, we look over to the overseas area. Because in overseas, they're dealing with the same problems we're dealing with here. We're dealing with the same problems, and they're dealing with the same problems. Everyone's dealing with the same problems. Over there, there's a high percentage of peer-to-peer sexual assaults going on. And the situation has evolved to where friends are doing it. Someone you trust. Your friend is doing this to you. See, this is different. Not different as in the level of atrocity different, but it's different in the level of damage different. Because a stranger is one thing, but someone you're supposed to be able to trust, your friend, that's where the problem is. Your friend. It doesn't make any sense why we're doing this to each other, but I'm telling you now, once you hear my resolution, you're going to tell me, impossible. Now, this situation where a friend sexually assaults another friend, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because of the traumatic experience that this physical altercation caused, is parallel to the same experiences the two young men are causing where there's no physical contact. That's the seriousness of this. Because in the first situation, these are just images. But you have to think of the youthful mindsets of these children when they see that their image has been transformed into something that, first of all, that's not me. Second of all, that's disgusting. And third of all, it makes me look like a disgusting person. That's hurtful. That's painful. Now, when you look at this situation with the people overseas, it's devastating when your child comes to you and says to you, I've been sexually assaulted by the family friend, by my friend. Your friend, someone that comes in your house and says hi to your mom all the time, goes everywhere with y'all. And then you have to deal with this person in this situation? Devastating. This is how these people responded to this in Europe. Devastating impact on our family. The mother said the ordeal had a devastating impact on their family, and her son is experiencing extreme trauma and stress. Now, I'm going to be honest to you, it sounds like a male friend raped another male friend. Because this is extreme trauma and stress. Not to say that a young lady can't do something to you, but let's get common sense about this. Listen to this. He feels like his life is changed forever, and he'll never be the same again. We've seen this time and time again with stars. We've seen this time and time again with Diddy. We've seen this time and time again with the music business. We've seen this. We've experienced this on the low, outside low. We didn't really put two and two together. But if you listen to the situation, isn't this similar? He feels like his life has changed forever. You look at all these stars, they got these new crazy looking tattoos and doing weird things and sending signs and symbols and messages with their hands. The mother was alongside her son when this comment came out. And it didn't just affect the son, but listen to this next section. We've all received counseling. This is the wife talking. And both my husband and I had to get medication for anxiety and tablets to help us sleep. First of all, parents love their children. And if you've been protecting your children all these years, the last thing you want to know is something has happened to your child. I don't care what it is. But the last thing you want to know is something has happened to your child. There's a lot of things that can happen to your child. You get hurt at school. Could be in a bus accident, bus coming home from school. Could go to school and get caught cheating. All kinds of things can happen. These things can happen. Then you turn around and hear this. Oh, your son has been sexually assaulted by his friend. What the hell did you say? What the hell did you just say? It's a whole different ball game now that that has happened, because the innocence of a young person is no longer there. No longer there. This is a traumatic experience. May have taken 5 minutes, could have been 5 hours. Regardless of the time frame, it is still going to be a traumatic experience, and it only takes 5 minutes or 5 hours to lose your innocence. Forever. You're not going to get that back. You're not going to get that back. So this situation we're dealing with here, you've got trust. Young people are trusting. Because we as parents aren't going in and saying, number one, give me your cell phone. Because a couple things you're going to use this cell phone for, and a couple things you're not going to use this cell phone for. The first thing you're going to use this cell phone for is to communicate with me. If there's an emergency, if I have to pick you up, drop you off, etc. The second thing you can use the cell phone for is to communicate with the friends that I know you have. No other friends outside of that. Because I need to know who your friends are you're talking to. I don't care how big this world is, but I can limit who you talk to on this cell phone. And I have access to the cell phone records. So if I see you calling anyone outside of who I approve for you to talk to, I will take the phone from you. I will take the phone from you. Now, this is a smartphone. And the problem with a smartphone is you can get all these type of apps to communicate in a video manner with people. All those apps will be deleted. Because that's where I lose control of the cell phone. Video chatting with people today is too dangerous. It's too dangerous. The technology out here for people to mask who they are is available. Therefore, as far as I'm concerned, there's no need to video chat with people. Because this is not a secure method to communicate anymore. Number two, your information can be compromised through a video chat. That's how these two young men down here at this high school lost control. Getting information through that method and compromising it. Changing it into something that it wasn't. Causing all the drama and problems in that school. But as a teenager with a new cell phone, a smartphone, there's no video chat ads needed. And that's as much as you can do. Because at this point, if you're going to block them from Instagram and Facebook, you might as well just block them in the closet. Because you've got to give them some room to communicate. And there's no control, 100% control over this situation. I'd rather them be on larger platforms where I can hold Facebook accountable for their content being taken and compromised. And there is no video chatting on Facebook or through Instagram. You've got to eliminate that while they're young to protect their image, their identity, their innocence. It's that damn simple. Anything outside of that, legal matters can now be applied. So you go to the school, someone takes your image at the school and then does something with it. Oh, we know exactly where the image was taken from. It was taken from the school, and from that location and leadership, we will prosecute. Now we specifically know where it's coming from. And they have a responsibility to prevent and react to these situations when they happen. So the first situation where the two young men took all those images and 60 or more girls' images and just put them into deep fake porn hell, the school didn't really react to it. It was like, it's nothing. Well, now the parents are suing the school, which is what they should do. And I hope they sue them for 15 to $30 million. Because if any of that content has made it to the dark web, you can forget it. You can forget it. These images are going to be very hard to retrieve once they made it to the dark web. And if you don't know what the dark web is, then get your ass in a closet and close the damn door. It's 2026. No one should have to explain everything to you old ass people out here on the planet. Lord have mercy. You got grandkids, you got to pay attention to them. Don't just give your grandchild a smartphone and walk away so they'll be quiet, because that's what we do. Little Jimmy's loud and little Jimmy's into everything. Well, you get little Jimmy into soccer, get him into football, get him into something, but don't get him a cell phone so he can sit over there and shut up. Because he's on his way to learning things he ain't got no damn business learning. It's amazing, but this is all tied into the whole taste and thirst for child pornography. It's a thirst and a taste that a certain plateau of people on the planet, and it's not just here, it's all the way across the planet. Saudi Arabia, there's people in Saudi Arabia on the hot seat after the Epstein Files came loose. That's a long ways from America. But Epstein had his hands in the pockets of so many people on the planet. So many people. And he is the, as far as I'm concerned, he is the new generational child pornography king. He is the czar of pornography right now. Because not only did he take that information that he developed, images, situations, he reached out to those thirsty people and offered these situations and images for them to enjoy and have. And he had help. He had a woman putting together the moments for these people to get together and collect the money. But he was so smart, he made sure he kept a receipts for all these suckers out here. Because the receipts is what he wanted. He knew once he had the receipts on a king or a prince somewhere, he could reach back out to him and say, see these receipts? Unless you want me to slide these over to your legislation over there, I advise you have $40 million in my bank account overnight. Prince, va 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 va. King, blase blase blase. Princes and kings. So, what do we have on our spectrum here? We don't have princes and kings, but we do have, let's start from the top. We've got presidents, vice presidents, congressmen, congresswomen, senators. We've got all kinds of people. Governors. Everybody. We got them all. List goes on. List goes on. Executives, CEOs. We got them all. We got similar statures of power. So if Europe's all hot and mad because a lot of the high level people are getting dethroned after the files come out, they mad at the Americans over here because they people still in their positions. They still got their positions and they still got their jobs. They got their money. They got their houses. They got their wives still. They got everything still. The Europeans are pissed. They're hot. I mean, when the files were released, they released all their names and information. Americans, they were all clear and free and safe. And they're fighting to this day to get those files released with the real juicy information on them. Oh yeah, there's a lot of people going to go down when those files finally are released, if they are released. We already talked about that. We already realized that those files have been classified, and you ain't got the right eyeballs, you can't see them. That's how that classified thing works. If you ain't got the right eyeballs, you can't look at them files. You'll never see those names unless we declassify them. Good luck, and hold your breath. Hold your breath on that. I'm pretty sure you're going to lose that challenge. You're going to lose it. ZZ109FM, this is Elsie Jenkins here. Remember, you go out here in this world, you got to be careful. There's a war going on in Iran. There's people down in Mexico that ain't happy with Americans. The list goes on. Lord have mercy. So these people are out here. They're in America. They know people in America. They might want to take something out on you just because they ain't got nothing. Make you miserable because they miserable. Well, that's not our fault. Trump made them miserable, but they going to come after us. What sense does that make? We didn't do nothing to you. We just see that he has a problem with you. Nonetheless, watch over your shoulder. Watch your back and make sure you don't let nobody sneak up on your ass. If you do, good night. You can call it the day. So stay alert and stay alive. ZZ109FM Talk Radio. This is Elsie Jenkins. Y'all take care.